Morning, my lovely.
Yes, good morning to you. Rise and shine.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. This is going to be so fun.
So you've had your lunch. I've had my breakfast. I had my porridge. I'm ready for the day.
Good. So healthy.
I know. Well, I've been eating porridge since my nan used to make it. I'd go out to the kitchen, and back in those days, she'd get it into the saucepan. I mean, I think she'd be very upset now. We throw it in the microwave. It takes like, you know, 90 seconds to make porridge now. She used to, sit at the stove and she'd be making the porridge for the family. So yeah.
I'd still be making it on the stove because
I, yeah.
I believe in that, you know.
Yeah, I'm naughty. I'm the 92nd in the morning. I know. I know. I'm just hope she's not watching right now.
But that will help us get to what we need. We want fast. We want
I
easy,
know.
you
I
know.
know. I know. I know. I know. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
You
going to be
look beautiful
great.
today. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you.
skin, what skincare do you use?
It's funny you should ask. I could
So
show you.
this something I prepared for you earlier. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yesterday I caught up with a girlfriend I went through primary school and high school with, and we were talking. She said, even when you were 12, you used to love your beauty products.
I
I
really
was like, yeah,
do. I mean,
yeah,
anyone who knows my mom, I see a couple people in here that know my mom. I went to say
yeah,
hello to Kai Sonia, um, and Hi Bio Cosmetic of Texas. I know. Um, yeah, anyone who knows my mom, I've been doing this, like my mom got me into it. I've been like a little girl, like in her makeup,
yeah,
and facials
yeah.
was my first thing. So,
Wow. My mom, my sisters used to get together and be like, Mom, Will is stealing our things again. And they'd have to go into my room and, pull the mattress up, and there'd be lip glosses and creams and things that I would have, sort of stashed and stolen from the bathroom. So, I used to do facials on them at home when I was 12 or 13. I used to get there was a product here called Blackamoors, and I used to spend all my pocket money on these Blackamoors products, and I would do home facials on them, at 12 and 13. So this was always going to be my lifelong career.
this gets me to why I know you give way better information than I'm seeing a lot of unlicensed, inexperienced
Yeah,
people now, like selling skincare and becoming influencers. And so we're going to kind of talk about that because
yeah,
between you and I, we have like over 60 years.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
for
I'm 34, 33 years in the industry this year, I think. So it's a lot of time.
yes, and we've seen a lot.
Yeah. Well, skincare has, it's changed. When I went through beauty school, skincare, we would think that, now that we're so advanced, we've got these amazing technology and skincare, skin ingredients are smaller and able to get in, deeper and deeper and more effective, that skin would actually look better. But this comes from experience with me working on clients, is that skins are worse. So you've got to think, well, if they're worse, what's going on? And when I was at beauty school, we really stuck to three steps: cleanse the skin, tone or lotion, and moisturize. And we rarely saw hypersensitized skins. We'd see sensitive skins because you're born with sensitive skin, and that's no problem. But we rarely saw sensitized. Do you agree? Like, it just wasn't something we saw.
Well, I remember when that kind of came on board, I say, because I've always been like you, because I was like, oh my God, between us, we both fell in love. We knew our quality skincare. You learned about Biodroga school, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
mine was at my first spa I worked at. I worked for a
right.
German woman where I learned about my passion for German
Yeah,
skincare.
yeah, yeah,
Like, went,
yeah.
whoa. Meanwhile, I was working in Yves Saint Laurent. I was in the
Mm,
French cosmetics doing
mm,
makeup, and I went, there's something different. Like it
mm,
was like I could not help people with
mm,
this stuff. So I always tell people
mm.
like the German is the corrective. Like
Yeah.
we,
Well,
we
Walter Friedman, who created Beardroga, he's like the godfather of my beloved brand. He right from the beginning was like, I'm going to work with the skin, not against it. And I had terrible acne, and I was always using products that worked against it. But, go back, 30 years, there was a product called BioPuran, in Beardroga, which is now sort of, cleansing fluid and the clear line. But back then, he was working with skin biotics.
that's
Yeah.
that's mine.
Oh, that's your cream. That's my husband's cream as well. He loves that cream.
I'm clear
Um,
skin, very anti-aging still.
yeah, and he gets to have, sort of access to all the really expensive lines, and he still goes for the clear line. And it works so beautifully for him. But Walter always worked very gently with skin. He came from a natural cosmetic background, and he really, brought that into definitely his first product line, Sans Souci, but also Biodroga. And we have always stayed true to that. So as other product companies went crazy with high actives and all these sorts of things, we always stay true to who we are.
I love that. And you know what?
Mm.
Because you and I, when we talk, I think about that like 30 years, and, we see everybody out there bouncing around, something new.
Yeah.
Like, what keeps us so faithful? And I'm like, I tell people,
Mm.
look at when I introduce, I'm like, I'm in love. Like, people tell
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
have you tried this? Have you tried? I'm not. I don't need to.
yeah,
I have what
yeah,
works. I know what
yeah.
works. And so do
Many,
your clients and customers.
yeah, yeah. Many years ago, we had a slogan called before True Beauty came along. We had a slogan called "A brand to fall in love with." And I still keep some of the old posters. I'm sure my German colleagues would be like, that's not the current branding. But I love that slogan because, over the years, we have played with other products in my own clinic. I have a clinic as well, but clients always came back to Beardroga,
Mhm.
always. And as far as I'm concerned, people get to choose. If they come back to a skincare line, then we're doing something right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what we've seen over, like, that's why I'm so confident because I
Yeah.
tell people they do come back.
Yeah.
Out here, it's so, like you were saying, it's not the same anymore. And we got to talk about
Mm.
that. But it's like, it's just right now, it's like something new every day. And it's like, I get a new person, and
Yeah.
then it's like, whirl, and they run and they try something. But they
Yeah.
always, when they have given us their true try, they're like, they see the difference. It's like, wow. I like to sometimes share the comments and,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
really, it's the performance,
Yeah.
you know.
My business partner and I, Peter, she and I have been together a very long time, and we've seen everything. We have seen everything. One of the things we laugh, well, we laugh, but also should cry about is, secret buyers. So they're secretly going into. We have a product, a shop here called Mecca. I don't know if you have that in the States, but Mecca is like Sephora, big sort of, and they will secretly go in and buy like a vitamin C serum that's like 4% higher than the one we sell. But, they won't tell us.
Mhm.
And, they'll come in, and Peter, who often runs, we run the clients off against each other just for advice, and just, something's not right. And, the first thing that comes to my mind is she's using something that
Yeah.
she's not telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, I know.
Gotcha.
Well, people don't have to understand that a lot of these stores are actually created like casinos. So they know what they're doing. So you walk in, it's the music, it's the lights, it's the colors, and it sends off your dopamine. So you're in there, and I'm sorry, you are ready to buy. You are ready to buy whatever they come. If you walk into a beauty salon, what happens? It's relaxing music. It's soothing colors like greens. It's actually not really a place that's going to stimulate you to buy, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. So that's when you have to rely on your skin therapist to really suggest skin solutions for you and be open to it, because it's never going to feel as good as when you are in those stores with all the lights going off.
Yes, that's true. Oh my God, don't get me started on marketing. Like that's
Mm,
powerful. I was just talking to you about
yeah,
how even I get influenced, like I'm gonna buy this, and I'm like, no, you know better. But
yeah,
that's what it ends up doing to faces, and we'll talk about that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um, so like I guess we'll jump into it.
Mm,
I
yeah,
like to
cool.
talk to you all day, but
Yeah.
all right. So we've seen people. We are shopping, shopping, shopping,
Mm,
buying, buying, buying. Everybody wants to try something new, and you know they're actually causing damage to the skin. That quiet inflammation. And I think when we were talking about this, I was going through some kind of reaction myself, and because of our conversation, I went back.
yeah, yeah.
So, and that was from allergies. It wasn't from a product, but it
Yeah,
was.
but I think what a lot of people don't realize is actually not one bad ingredient, and it's not one bad product. It's just too much.
Yes.
So, people often say, oh, that one ingredient, that I don't like that ingredient. It's not good for my skin. And I'll often think to myself, it's probably not that one ingredient. It's the combination of everything that you're using all at once. And, when we go back to, when we were at college, formulators, Mariana Schwarberg, who was the great formulator in my, when I first started with Beardroga, she used to create these amazing formulas, and we stuck to them. We weren't going rogue and deciding what else we should, be pulling into this. We were, appreciating that these people were the experts in their field and they knew what they were doing. I blame the ordinary for this, because what the ordinary encouraged people to do was to self prescribe. Oh, yeah, so I need that. And oh, well, that says that. And I'm just going to layer them all together. And that is a recipe for disaster. It really is.
Yeah. And I also blame social media too.
Yeah, well, absolutely, absolutely. But these people are only doing this because of social media.
Yeah.
That's what they're going out and doing this because we are bombarded with all of these sorts of concepts of beauty, concepts of what we should be doing, famous people releasing skincare lines, and thinking, I have to buy everything Lady Gaga releases. I'm sorry, but Lady Gaga wasn't at beauty school with me, and
I
she's certainly not a skin formulator. I love her music, but just because it's Lady Gaga does not mean that this is skincare you should be using.
right. That's what I mean. I'm like, all these people, they're just influencers and they're not,
Mm,
and people are just self-prescribing, as you said. And then we're seeing either, what are we seeing? Like, no, they're not
mm,
getting anything. And they're just using it. They're just routinely. And I always educate people to listen to your gut, like, because I've actually been told, being trained by,
mm,
just like when I worked at other spas with other stuff, like you can't burn somebody with this thing and you can't,
mm.
and it would. And I
Yeah,
would speak up, but most people just keep going like, okay, I'm not
yeah,
seeing anything. And, I'm like, pay attention to your skin, pay
yeah,
attention to your
yeah,
body. It tells you, it's a flag.
yeah,
They
yeah.
pay attention to their car, better than the light than the
We don't
flag
listen to
here.
our skin. We don't listen to our skin. We listen to our stomach. Like, you might go and have some, sort of really rich food, and you think, oh, God, I don't feel very well. You don't then go and have an Indian curry on top of that. You don't. You go, oh, I'm not going to eat anything for a while. But most people, number one, they might not even see the inflammation in their skin, because micro inflammation you don't see. You might see it flare up a little bit and go down, but you don't really see it, right, what's happening underneath. But people will still keep layering on, even after their skin feels a bit hot and it's burning or a bit red. They'll just keep going, cover it with a bit of makeup as well. But all of this all comes down to really one thing, and this is the disruption in the pH of the skin. So when you are playing with lots of actives, when you're playing with lots of products, layering, you are disrupting the pH. When you disrupt the pH, you interfere with the barrier, you interfere with that beautiful oil water balance in the skin. And once that barrier is impaired, no active is going to work. It's
True.
not. All it is going to do is cause inflammation. Yeah.
So when you see that, which you see it a lot nowadays, what do you do? How do you talk to your clients? What do you tell them? This is time for our detox.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Peter and I often talk, and what I love about my philosophy is because this is my skin. So I'm presenting with, gorgeous, glowing, young skin right now. No. But um, I can be very red and irritated. It can be very, I have classic sensitive skin that becomes easily sensitized. So this is my routine. This is my daily routine. So I thought, well, if this is my daily routine and I can keep my sensitivity and sensitized skin under control, then perhaps this is what we can get all the clients and customers doing. And this is what I call an ingredient detox, is we go back to the very basics. We go back to simply three products, back to what I used when I was at college. And this is a gentle cleanser, a hydrating barrier, not enforcing, but barrier supporting lotion, and a beautiful barrier cream. And people might go, but what about my A? What about my C? Oh my God, my
Yeah,
peptides! I'm going to age. I'm going to age. This
true.
is for 4 to 6. This is for 4 to 6 weeks. Just take it back completely, and the change in your skin will be incredible. It will be incredible. Most people don't even realize they're inflamed. And that's the secret one. We might get those people that can see visible redness, but we're not getting those people in. Those people aren't seeing when this is microinflammation. So they didn't even know they're inflamed. And all they're doing is causing collagen breakdown because of this inflammation in their skin. So I don't say you have to throw your products away, just pop them in the cupboard, or your actives can just close the door and we're going to come back to you. But we're going to start and go back to three products: cleanser, lotion, moisturizer, and obviously sunscreen during the day. But those three steps, and watch the skin rebuild itself. It will be incredible.
It just makes sense because it's funny, but
Mm,
we're all, first of all, I'm like, clients should love this,
mm,
like I don't want you to buy everything. I actually
mm.
want you to slow down. And it's
Yeah,
kind of makes sense in this world we live in because I'm all
yeah,
about that slowing down, minimalizing.
yeah,
And it makes sense that it's actually healthier. And then we
yeah,
bring in one thing.
yeah. So, going back before we start bringing in a lot of the times I work with skin therapists, and they are sort of a little bit too driven now by what's happening out in the world, and they start thinking serum first. So, in their mind, they start thinking, and this is also driven by what customers are wanting. So, customers want in and they come in, they want results tomorrow. I want my skin to glow tomorrow. And so skin therapists are not staying true to who they are and what were trained to do. And so they go straight for a serum. Serums can come back into it later. Even our most gentle, beautiful CBD serum, which I love, it is not in this routine. It comes later. This is literally, and I'll say, calming gel to oil cleanser, calming lotion, and our hypersensitive barrier cream. They are the three products that I work with in this detox, not serums. So think about, we can absolutely introduce serums later, but they're not the first step in this. And the first step is really making sure that your cleanser is right. So if your cleanser, there's a therapist who's been my colleague of mine for a long time, down in Marlow Spa, which is down in Sorrento in Victoria. We always talk about, if your cleanser's not right, it's like putting the wrong information in the sat nav, in the navigation, GPS. If you don't have the right start, you cannot get to the end. So really, the calming gel to oil cleanser is really the most important step because it's the first step. So if
Uh,
you got them using this cleanser, yeah.
Tell me about with that cleanser because I love that
Yeah.
so much.
This is here in Australia, this is our number one selling cleanser. Now, what that makes me proud is that I'm training my therapists correctly. Which is number one, as a papa therapist, as a and trainer, I love that because I know that my therapists are doing the right job. This cleanser is not, it is for oily skin, normal skin, and dry skin. Okay. It is for barrier impaired, sensitive skins or skins that just want incredible, gentle cleansing, fragrance free. And it really is a hemp seed oil based. Hemp seed is very calming. Okay. It's where they get CBD from as well. So it's very, very calming on the skin. This cleanser you put on, it's quite water soluble. It rinses beautifully, so it doesn't leave. We have another cleansing oil in the Bioscience line. It tends to leave a bit of a film on the skin. That's what it's designed to do. This doesn't at all, but it prepares the skin beautifully for the next steps. Then we go into the calming lotion. Calming lotion is this is a hyaluronic acid, lactic acid is a nourishing ingredient, but this product is designed to hydrate and support the skin and really act as that serum. You know, for those people, I really need a serum. Think of this as your serum.
Yeah. Yes. Because they feel like that too. I always kind of
Mm,
say that too. It's borderline serum with the active ingredients and how I
yeah,
feel. I have
yeah,
a question too from
yeah,
Samira.
yeah.
What SPF do you recommend while they're detoxing?
So I think that SPF always comes down to the specific client, but we should always suggest the maximum. Okay, we should always suggest the maximum SPF. Here in Australia, we are highly regulated when it comes to sunscreens. Yeah. So we always recommend SPF 50. Yeah. Always recommend SPF 50. We don't want to ever be saying to customers to use less than what the maximum is. Yeah.
And then I love, and I know this is a favorite. So, like, are you sensitive skin always, or is it from all that we've done? Or okay,
Yeah, I mean, when I train, I always say sensitive skin is a skin type. You know,
okay,
you really are born with sensitive skin and it doesn't change. Sensitive skin very easily becomes sensitized,
yeah,
but so do the other skin types, but sensitive skin becomes sensitized much faster. Sensitized skin is a skin condition. It changes. You know, it comes in, it goes out. I can have beautiful skin and then I am a bit naughty. We know when Beardrogger releases a new product, even if it's not right for me, I will go for it. And, you know, I will use it for a few days. And then again, my skin will start to become a bit rough like
uh-huh.
that, you know, the desquamation isn't working properly. I've really the pH isn't correct and it feels dry, very dehydrated, and then I have to go okay back to my simple three-step program. But you know how you were talking before about clients not listening to their skin. You know, it's also up to us. We can't be with them 24/7.
Mhm.
No, like you know, I hope we never get to the time when we are, you know, in clients, you know, having their therapist, AI therapist over, you know, them constantly. I mean, but we can't be with them. We have to teach them to be skin whisperers and really explain to them the signs of when something isn't correct, something isn't right in their skin.
I kind of try to, at least when I was practicing too, and when I'm working with estheticians, I try to teach them to start practicing themselves, and even with the gut, even with your body. Like, like most people
Yeah.
don't realize what they're sensitive to, and most of us are sensitive to specific foods, and that I'm tired after I eat breakfast. It's
Mm,
not, that's a
yeah.
sensitivity. So I try to educate them to start paying attention. I remember even, gosh, 20 years ago, I used to tell estheticians, I would recommend them start yoga or something. It just helps them to be present.
Yeah.
And because I work with a lot of new estheticians,
Mm,
so when they're coming out, I'm like, it's so important to be connected and in
mm,
tune and listening, and then
yeah,
they pass on even that energy and
yeah,
um, good good habits. But yeah,
yeah,
we have to educate them, and that's your job. Like every month, like I'm
mm,
like they come back to you, just like I come to you and we all do
yeah,
trainings, and
yeah,
I go, I need it because we all
mm,
fall off the wagon
mm,
and are naughty. Their
yeah.
skin stopped using
So
my this, and I haven't exfoliated or
uh,
yeah.
if
So
you think about it like this, and this is how I think about it, is we are constantly changing. And if we think that our skin doesn't change from minute to minute, like your skin pH will change from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Skin changes. When women are going through hormonal changes, it changes. The weather, it changes. These can be external and internal, these changes. So that's why having different products where you can say, okay, I need a little bit more hydration today. I need a little bit more oil today, and teaching your clients how to use these products and have them not feel like you are trying to sell them something, and just explaining that a lot of Biodroga products, we'll find there's a normal version and a rich version. We go on to the rich version during the colder months. We maybe use the rich version during the evening. So education is key. Make you their portal for education, and not Sally, the skin influencer who didn't go to beauty school or has no formal education at all, and who has decided that she loves skin, and I love skincare and I've got so many of them. Look at me, I've just got a bathroom full of products, and that makes me an expert.
yeah.
Well, this actually makes you the opposite to an expert. It actually makes you a little bit silly, really. um, you know, this is why for us, um, you with Beardroga, we will always be a salon brand. We at the heart, we are a salon brand. This is why it says institute. We are an institute brand because you need your products suggested by a professional.
And that's what I like to bring people back to, as we were talking about, because again, I'm so impressive that, how come be a Droga family and like has been around? And that's what I point out to people. Like, we're lifers, I've
Mm,
known of, yeah, since my very first spa. I knew it was
mm,
special,
mm,
and changed skins. And
mm,
again, working in the high end cosmetic, comparing, I go, boy, I took so much of that. It's easy
mm,
to switch. I'm like, trust me, I know you don't have my experience.
mm,
Trust me, they will love you because it's also like a
mm,
lot less expensive.
mm.
So,
Yeah,
market, we're back to the marketing,
yeah.
It's all cosmetic marketing and
Mm,
light, like you said, and we're quality, and
mm,
we want to bring estheticians because I hear it too. I wonder if you do, like they're all, but I have to do this because my clients, and I'm like, who are
mm.
your clients listening to?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
bring
yeah,
it back to my clients. Like,
yeah,
they listen to me, they ask
yeah,
me, and I'm like, no, I
yeah,
don't need that, or
yeah.
I would explain, educate them,
Mm,
instead of all this, oh, I need this because the people want, and
mm,
well, that makes you compromise. Like you said,
mm.
they're losing.
My mum used to say to me, "Do you want it or do you need it?"
Oh,
Do you know? And I'm like, oh, that's a really good one for skin
I
therapists.
love that.
Do the clients want it or do they need it? Actually, I'm going to have that put up on a side because that's a really good one. But Beardroga's strength always has been in our formulas, in the recipe. Do you know the recipes, which makes us such a strong brand for luxury and performance? The results. But another strength is being a smaller company and we listen to what the feedback is. So when we went through our True Beauty, Clean Beauty reformulation, which was a massive. And anyone who doesn't know Biodroga, we now, we contain, no microplastics, no parabens, no phthalates, polyurethane glycol, all of these ingredients that are considered not clean. And this was a massive undertaking for the company to do. And always what happens when you go through this is some things don't come out quite right. And a lot of that had to do with the texture of the products, not what was in them. Because when you remove cyclic silicons from products, you are going to change the texture. But when the feedback came in from all of us trainers and distributors around the world, they went straight to changing and working. And every formula now is perfected. But that can only work when companies are willing to listen. And Beardroga listens to its consumers. And
Yeah.
that is one of our biggest strengths.
Values everybody.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
we know that because I always say, like, these corporate, we know they don't, they're not listening, they're not paying attention. And I tell people,
yeah.
when you buy with that ad, and
Mm,
you're playing in your game, I'm like, may make one sale. That's all they need. They're
mm,
not
yeah,
lifers, and they're not
yeah,
expecting you to be lifers, and they don't care. It's like,
yeah.
but people don't always listen.
We also, we're very lucky. A lot of us distributors, my US family and my family around the world, we have been the distributors for a very long time. So we're a bit like the mafia. Okay, so when we all get together, we are very powerful and strong. So when we go to Germany, we really go and we present our thoughts and ideas, and they're always really open to listening and taking feedback. And creative criticism can be very hard to take. And so sometimes a lot of companies will just stick with it, but that ability to change means we will be able to change as the future goes forward. And I really think skincare is going to go back to less of this single ingredient serum concept and back into serum concepts that have all the ingredients you need, so you're not having to layer. And that means if you think about, so you've got three serums, and people might think three serums. There's a lot of women out there layering 3 to 4 serums. Okay. So you've got to think about, how do they interact with each other? Are they supposed to interact with each other?
Yeah.
Are they going on in the right levels? So, we need to go back somewhat out of that and back into, you know, having faith in the product companies that they're creating formulas that are correct for our skin.
At least one with our reputation, but that's the
Mm,
truth. And if they are doing that, are they listening? Because sometimes I'm guilty of, I've told people, go ahead and do that one more, even more than it
mm,
says. But
mm,
if you see anything like
mm.
dry, anything starts changing, stop. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
listen to your face. Stop.
yeah.
So yeah, are they listening to that too? Gosh, as you're
So,
saying that, it makes me think
if
of like how we're all our own doctors too. Like,
yeah,
oh
well,
my
I mean,
God.
if you're going to keep these products, I think everyone can use the calming gel to oil. Absolutely. So let's talk about how we start introducing actives back in. So I truly believe that start introducing actives back in your moisturizer, not your serum. Okay. So understand, with moisturizers, the delivery of ingredients will be slower and more controlled in a moisturizer as opposed to a serum. So you might say, okay, my skin after 6 weeks, my skin is feeling good. I'm glowing. I'm now going to start introducing some actives. So say then we start introducing our brand new multi-action rejuvenating cream. Okay, which has tripeptide 2. It has, oh, there, look, boom, boop. It has niacinamide in it, lots and lots of hyaluronic acid, a beautiful antioxidant. So we're going to start introducing this product with those actives rather than starting to straight away pull serums in. And this is a great way to introduce. And you could even start introducing this every second or third night.
Okay. I love that.
Alternating with the hypersensitive cream. So do it slowly. I mean, you don't go from, working a gym routine for 4 weeks and then go straight into doing clean and snatch, throws over the air and CrossFit. Do everything really slowly. If you go too fast, you will have to pull back if something isn't right. And then if you do it this way, you will find the sweet spot. You will
Mhm.
find that sweet spot. And the sweet spot is this: if you aren't getting, if your skin feels nourished, feels hydrated, even without skincare products on. So I'm not talking after skincare products, I'm talking without your skincare products. If you aren't getting flushing, no heat in the skin, then the skin is doing its job. Guess what? The skin is incredibly smart. It is capable, but we are treating it like it's stupid. We
Mhm.
are constantly telling it what to do. You know, it's like that, that nagging, I won't say husband because he might be watching. Um, it's like that nagging husband that won't just, let you just get on with it. So let's just support the skin and then slowly introduce ingredients. And you might find that my skin doesn't like this product and it's probably the niacinamide.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't right for me. So I'm going to try something else.
Mhm.
Then you know what's not right. If you change everything all at once, this is a situation. Very often, people come into our salon. I want to change everything, and I go, absolutely not. I learnt this from a good friend of mine, Susan, a long time ago. One of my junior therapists changed everything for her, and I wasn't watching him, and he burnt her skin. Now we've had 25 years worth of friendship from this because I followed up and I nurtured her through that, but it was not the wrong products. It was too many.
Mhm.
Even the most sensitive products, it was too many. So if you go slowly, just slowly, start one new product when you're going back. You don't have to start one new product when you go through the detox. These three together, there'll be no problem. You could stop and go with these three: calming gel to oil cleanser, calming lotion, hypersensitive cream. Absolutely no problem. But then go slowly into getting back into actives.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm thinking because nowadays that probably is a smart cleanser to always recommend when we
mm,
meet people
yeah.
because so many people, as we were saying, I remember when these aggressive and people started being more
Mm,
aggressive came on and we started seeing and they were making money, doing this
mm,
stuff, but it was like everybody was doing it, and all of a sudden we saw rosacea and hypersensitivity
yeah.
like blow
Yeah.
up, and it's still going on, like you said. No, we know
Mm,
we haven't learned. People are still
yeah.
doing it, and so the barrier health is like really compromised.
Mm,
So I love that cleanser is just going to be like a go-to for me to recommend,
mm.
and
A lot of people, Nicole, they don't ever think about the active ingredients in their moisturizer. So they just, our moisturizers always have a beautiful balance of barrier ingredients, avocado oil, squalene, DMC, liquid skin, dermamembrane complex, all of these beautiful barrier, and a mix of peptides, antioxidants. Hyaluronic acid isn't the only moisture binder. We have sugar molecules. We have all, this is skin food. This is everything skin needs. Moisturizers were not made thinking you have to have a serum. That's just not the case. These were made as perfect nutrition.
mhm.
Think of your serums as targeting specific skin condition concerns on top of that. But always start with, this beautiful moisturizer as your base. And then look at what is it targeting? So we have some moisturizers that target just hydration, moisture and balance, just hydration, high, low, and high and low molecular hyaluronic acid. Then we have some moisturizers for anti-aging that have, tripeptide 9 and 11 in it. So it'll say what it targets. But we don't necessarily have to go straight in hard for serums.
I love that. Yeah, it's wonderful. Like, because you were talking about detoxing too, I'm just like, it's just like our body. I told you I'm doing the
Yeah.
sugar. So it's like when you eliminate foods and it's just, I try to make it simple for people. Like if they've done that, then you'll understand the skin. It's not complicated. You
Yeah. Well, also, like I
less.
said, skin is smart. It knows what to do. We think we have become smarter than skin. And now we are not just telling it what to do, we are shouting at it.
Mhm.
We are shouting at it and screaming all of these ingredients constantly. And then, do you know when on the Apple computer, you know that swirling? Do you know
Yeah.
that? That is what skin's doing because skin is confused. You're putting antioxidants on it, you're putting acids on it, you're putting enzymes on it, you're putting peptides on it, you're putting retinoids on it, you're putting vitamin C. Oh, it's too much. And all of those ingredients take different processes to transfer into the skin. And then the skin can only ever absorb so much. So, what happens to those excess ingredients? Usually they oxidize on the surface of the skin, which causes inflammation. So, it's too much. Just, it's like I want to say to the skin, namaste, calm down.
I know.
Your skin
True.
will love you for this.
I see that too. I go into a lot of, like into schools and and they're all working and trying and having other people show them things and getting excited, for
Mm,
everything that they're learning and can't wait to do. And I call it like fried face, like
yeah,
process. Like
yeah.
I think of fried food, fast, quick, cheap, and that's what the faces to me look like, and I look at the health barrier. That's what we've
Mm,
always looked at. So I'm always
mm,
so grateful to
mm,
talk to you because I'm like, am I crazy? I've just never, I stay away. And it's
mm.
like, we get the results gentle. And I go, you guys, why do you treat, the older I've gotten, I'm breaking down. My body's breaking
Mm.
down on its own. I don't need you treating my face like a piece of furniture,
Yeah.
refinishing it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
seeing. I'm like, that's what it looks like to me. And I cringe because as gentle as we are,
Mm.
my face gets sensitized. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't do anything crazy. And it's already, I have
Yeah.
to be careful what I choose.
Yeah.
And so I'm like in
Yeah.
love with this detox and I believe
Mm.
in it because I'm like, I calmed down. The cleanser's active ingredients are enough. And I actually tell
Yeah.
people, you try one
Yeah.
product,
Yeah.
you will see a difference of
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
whatever you're
And
using.
especially that cleanser. I just want to say one thing. I don't want people to think that serums don't have their place because they certainly do. Serums in the hands of a skin therapist prescribing what is the right active ingredients for you, perfect. So, and your skin therapist will tell you how to use it, when to use it, whether it should be mixed into the moisturizer, whether it should be used 3 times a week rather than every day, whether it should be used in the evening. Your skin therapist, especially your Beardroga trained therapist, will know how to work with our serums. And serums have their place. You have pigmentation. We think, okay, we've got all our beautiful moisturizers, but we will need our vitamin C serum with tranexamic acid. We do know that. But your skin therapist will tell you how to introduce it. They will know if your skin is ready for it, and they will show you how to get the best out of this. Serums definitely play a role, but they are like the medicine or the active, formulas that in the hands of the therapist, there'll be no problem. There'll be absolutely no problem.
Oh, no. And plus, we do have some incredible boosters. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, and they,
guilty.
they all.
I'm the person you're talking about. I have them all.
Yeah. Yeah, and they absolutely have their place. They really, really do. But they are not designed to be layered one over the ours aren't. They're designed to be used some of them together. You could layer the vitamin C serum underneath the peptide serum during the day. And if your skin can tolerate that, perfect. Absolutely beautiful combination. So your skin therapist would explain to you that that's the right thing for you at the right time.
But I mean, a detox makes sense. We
Yeah.
detox our bodies. We need a detox. So why not the face? The
Mm.
most we've
And
used this so much.
think about also how long, it takes about a month for the baby cells in the basal layer to get to the tops. Think about how long it takes the skin to regenerate itself. So this detox for 4 to 6 weeks is for me optimal. And then after that, your skin is ready for the next stage. And as I said, that's introducing an active formula moisturizer, or even as simple as introducing the new rich version of the hypersensitive cream, which has a stable form of vitamin C, very slow release. So that is another great step. You could go cleanse, calming gel to oil cleanser, calming lotion, hypersensitive cream, the original, for 4 to 6 weeks. And then you're thinking, I want to start introducing some actives. So replace out the hypersensitive cream for the rich version, which has the stable oil soluble vitamin C in it. And all of a sudden, you're introducing an active in a beautiful, controlled way. And you will know then if your skin is ready. Okay, so now we can take that next step.
I love that. And again, it just makes sense. And do it with everything. We all slow down,
Mm,
simplify,
mm,
breathe, let your skin heal and breathe. And it's not a trend that you're talking about. You're not creating
mm.
a trend. We're not talking the trend that it's lifestyle. This is
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
always.
I mean, lifestyle. There's a few things. Water isn't always your skin's friend. Removing cleansers with damp towels and then gently rinsing, or removing with damp towels and removing excess cleanser with the lotion. These sorts of things? No hot showers on the face. We are always trying to keep that beautiful oil moisture balance in that. In the skin, in the surface of the skin, and hot hot water hot water doesn't help that at all. So everything needs to be cool. A lot of people tend to sleep, you know excuse me, on their face, and they wonder why one side of the face is more sensitized than the other. Changing up for a silk pillowcase, trying to train your body to sleep with a body pillow so you're not, face down. All of these little things are really important. The
Everything.
skin is very sensitive. It's very sensitive, and we need to treat it as such, and we just aren't. We are bombarded. It's, as I said, it's not about more ingredients, about using the right ones.
I love that.
Yeah,
And listening to your skin.
yeah,
It's like as we are in love with Biodrog, it's like
mm,
love your
yeah,
skin.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Treat it with care and love. And
yeah,
I gotta get people to just slow down. And
yeah.
yeah.
One of the best things you can teach your clients, or you can do, is to do your skincare routine as soon as you get home. If you do it before bed, I promise you'll rush. You just will not, and it'll be like, oh, I've got to do that. I'm tired. If you do your routine when you get home, then you will take the time to actually do it properly. And I'll say, for women, makeup removal is very important. So it has to be a process. You cannot, skip that step. So if you're rushing these things, no beautiful ingredients are going to get into the skin anyway. So you really need to take your time. If you're going to put the makeup on, the DDs, the CCs, the sunscreens, you've got to take the time to gently remove them. This calming gel to oil cleanser, being hemp seed oil, removes
Yeah.
makeup
I was,
beautifully.
I was gonna say that one. And even the organic one, I love as makeup remover.
Yeah, yeah. Both of them very, very, very effective at gently removing
Mhm.
makeup. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, I was going to say, okay, so we've seen a lot over the 30 years.
Mm.
What advice would you give to a new esthetician? Not even about products or anything, just a little bit of your wisdom.
I think listening to your client,
Mm.
do you know, I think this is the most important part. You can't know where they want to go, where they need, if you don't listen to them. And when we might listen on the first visit, and then each time they come, we listen less. You need to treat the client on the second visit just like the first, because so much can change in 1 month. So don't fall into the trap. I know Sally. Oh, Sally's been coming here for 10 years. We're like that. I know everything about her. You actually don't know everything about her. You don't know everything about it until you ask. And this is why sort of consults at the beginning of every treatment needs to happen, not just on the first one. We make this big thing about the first consult. We're going to ask all these questions, it's going to take an hour. And then the second visit and the third and the fourth, we don't ask anything. So much can happen. Skin changes so quickly, so quickly. I tell this story. I've been working on this client for a very long time, years, and I could use anything on her. She came in one day, used all the products I normally use, and her skin went bright red. I mean, on fire, Nicole. And what I hadn't asked was anything about her. And her husband and her, just before she came to the treatment, had decided to get a divorce. So her stress levels were through the roof. Now, if I had just asked her, how's your stress at the moment? How are you? She would have said, Will, I'm going through a lot. We're going through this. I would have done a completely different treatment. I didn't listen. I did not listen. So listen to your clients. Yeah. And know your ingredients. Come to product knowledge courses.
I can't even add to that. I appreciate you. And it's gonna be 7 a.m. So it's time for Will to get to work, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be, well, yeah. Thank you so much for today. So
Thank you.
yeah,
I
thank
don't
you so
see any
much for today.
questions, so I guess I will let you get to work now. And
Yeah,
wonderful.
what I might do is I'm going to create a detox program. So I'll create a detox program, easy to follow, and I will post it on our page and some stuff, and I'll also give it to you. So easy to follow for clients and for therapists.
Well, for us here, it's spring. It's like it is
Yeah,
detox season. So we're
yeah,
detoxing the body, and like this is like perfect right now. And I like
yeah.
it because they're being conservative. I don't know, things going on. And it's like, okay, let's minimalize.
Mm.
Let's go
Yeah,
simple. You need one,
yeah,
2, 3 things, basics. If you can brush,
yeah,
floss, gargle, you can do this. Like I go, it's easy.
yeah.
They will love that.
Recently, I have actually started to hear a little bit more feedback with ladies saying, "Oh, do you have any two-in-one type products again?" Do you know perhaps we are moving a little bit more back to that, And then I always say, our moisturizers are two-in-one. They really are serum in creams. Our moisturizers, there are beautiful, beautiful formulas with lots of ingredients. So I do think, trends change. We just need to write it out. We need to know more than our clients. Be their source of knowledge. Be their source of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome, Will, and I thank everybody who joined. I hope they like
Yeah. And
and
I
it's
see my
always
beer
fun.
drugger family. I see my
I know.
beer drugger family through there. So I'll say,
I will
send
post
them my
this.
love.
I think I'm gonna try to download it and save it,
Yeah.
and then I could share it. But yeah, we have all our
Yeah. No.
experience, Beatroga.
Yeah.
This was for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But we
thank you for having me. And let's do this again soon. Okay.
I can't wait. Bye.
Thanks,
Have a great
Nicole. Bye.
day.
Bye.